Just in the opening sequence, there's quite a bit of activity, but most of that is around the limbs, and we'll come back to it in a moment, because first, the solar wind at Earth is enhanced. Right side of the chart is the CME impact, the strongest CME impact since September 2017. While only moderately dense, the shock wave arrived at over 700 kilometers per second, over 1.5 million miles per hour, and it delivered a strong punch to Earth's magnetic field, and subsequent density variations in the stream didn't help that one bit. It was almost like a double impact of sparse but fast CMEs, as in each of the views of the magnetic model you see here, there is a double event. As expected from the long-duration flare analysis, this indeed was much stronger than the CME from the short, impulsive X-class flare. Instantly upon impact, the ground magnetic perturbations began, always starting at higher latitudes, and then the moderately strong geophysical effects began. Big whacks on the magnetometer tell us this was about 20 times weaker than the Carrington event CME, which is good for perspective, and indeed the KP index has already hit 7 twice, and a level 3 geomagnetic storm is continuing this morning. In terms of the electrical effects, there were moderate effects in the west, both last night and this morning, about 10 times lower than what will cause problems. But then the stronger effects overnight began with those strongest effects over the West Pacific, and this morning they're riding into Asia. Strongest electrical effects are there right now and would spill into Europe and the Americas later today, looking at moderate effects in local and regionalized systems. Also worth taking a moment to go back to all those eruptive behaviors seen on SDO. Numerous CMEs were launched, but none at Earth, and we can see how close the northern active region actually came to doing so. That push of plasma southward is a failed eruption. It absolutely tried to fire another one at us yesterday. No go. Quick look here at some of the effects of these geomagnetic events. The forcing of negative outcomes in high-risk patients is well established, but the less scary effects on healthy persons are important for nailing down details. First thing affected is the heart rate. Every human is under a slight nudge from that today. Up next, excellent spectroscopy of a distant galaxy pair, finding dust.